What's going on? Mitchell Renz here from Chat Sports, and I got a six-pack of Chiefs rumors ready to crack open. And I'm going to start this one off with a little rumor from a birdie that looks a little bit like Whoopi Goldberg, but it's actually Kelvin Benjamin. And this Chiefs offense can't be guarded. That's the rumor that's come out here by Kelvin Benjamin. Now, he did literally say unguardable. And I think he could just be, puff it out his chest a little bit because he did just sign with the Chiefs on Friday. And since he was released with the Bills, the former 2014 first-round pick, he just has not been unguardable himself. So I think it's interesting, especially when you look at these stats up here. Oh, my Lord, Kelvin Benjamin. 62 targets, 23 catches, 354 yards and a touchdown, 62 targets and 23 catches. Michael Thomas laughs at that. Heck, almost any NFL wide receiver would laugh at those type of numbers. But I will say this. The Chiefs offense has definitely been unguardable this season. And when you look at some of these numbers, total offense, 3rd. Passing yards per game, 3rd. Rushing yards per game, 14th. Oh, so bad. But then first downs per game, 4th. But the one that probably makes the most or means the most, points per game. The Chiefs lead the NFL in points per game with 37 points per game. First in the NFL. They are putting up just some sick numbers, and it's a lot to do with that overall just offense. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, and MVP candidate Patrick Mahomes. If you want to bet on Chiefs games this year, and I think you should because you'd probably make a lot of money doing it, you should do it at BetDSI. See that link down there next to Play Now? Chatsports.com/bet is the link you need to go to. And when you sign up, use our promo code LIVE120 for a 120% deposit bonus. What does it mean? Put down $50, you get $60 for free. Put down $100, get $120 for free. Put down $500, get $600 for free. I challenge you to find a better promo code on the internet. Not going to happen. Shout out to BetDSI for hooking us up with the best promo code on the internet. Next rumor coming up here on the board, and I love this one, and it's around Eric Berry, and will he play in Week 15? Kansas City Chiefs safety Eric Berry has been out of action since the 4th quarter of the NFL kickoff game in Foxborough when the Chiefs stunned the New England Patriots all the way back in 2017. And then if you also include the wildcard playoff game against the Titans, Berry has missed the last 28 games, and he is expected to miss, or he also already missed, Week 14 against the Ravens. So that's 29 straight games that this dude has missed. But he is expected to play, according to Adam Schefter, Week 15 against the Chargers on Thursday Night Football. When you look at Eric Berry's career, it's been a really special one. 86 games played, 369 tackles, 14 interceptions, 5 touchdowns. He's no doubt the quarterback of that defense, and he's been missed all season long. But when you add Eric Berry back into this equation, I think there's an interesting question that we need to look at here. With a healthy Eric Berry, are the Chiefs the best team in the NFL? I mean, there's no doubt you're looking at the Saints, you're looking at the Rams, but in that Rams-Chiefs shootout, maybe with a healthy Eric Berry, the Chiefs don't give up 54 points. So I want to know from you, with a healthy Eric Berry, are the Chiefs the best team in the NFL? You can either comment yes, but if you're going to comment no, at least tell me who the best team in the NFL is. Next rumor coming up here on the board, it's around Kareem Hunt. And Kareem Hunt has actually started some counseling, and which is, I think, good to see for him. So the former Kansas City Chiefs running back has started working with the NFL on the treatment and counseling program. Although the NFL's investigation process is still ongoing, Hunt has voluntarily sought counseling after being involved in multiple violent off-the-field instances this past year, all of which the league is now taking into consideration for potential future discipline. TMZ published a video on November 30th of Hunt shoving and kicking a woman in a hotel hallway in February. The NFL placed Hunt on the commissioner's exempt list later that day, shortly before the Chiefs released him. Now, when you look at stats, Kareem Hunt no doubt has talent, right? So rushing yards this year and rushing touchdowns, just an all-around great running back. I mean, heck, 14 touchdowns. Sure, the Chiefs' offense is super dynamic, but 14 touchdowns in what, 12 games? Kareem Hunt is no doubt a talented running back, but he's ultimately probably going to be facing a 6-game suspension at least if a team does take a chance. So I want to know from you, will Kareem Hunt ever play in the NFL again? I want you to type Y for yes or type N for no. When you look at talent, we see it all the time in the NFL. If you're really talented, sometimes teams will look away from that. So I ultimately do believe Kareem Hunt will play in the NFL again. But if we've learned anything from the Ezekiel Elliott case, I would say a 6-game suspension at least is coming for Kareem Hunt in 2019, if and when an NFL team does decide to give him a chance. Next rumor, this one actually just happened. And is Spencer Ware injured? So he started the game against the Ravens, which I love to see because, heck, I actually had this before we even started the show as I want you to trust Spencer Ware because I think he's a really talented running back. But he left week 14 with a shoulder injury, and I've seen some reports that it could be a broken collarbone. I don't necessarily have more information on that, so we'll definitely keep you posted. But he missed all 2017 with a knee injury, the MCL and PCL. But when you think about Spencer Ware, is he was literally supposed to be the starting running back in 2017 over Kareem Hunt before an injury. So this was week 13 against the Raiders, and yes, I get it, it's against the Raiders, but still, 47 yards and a touchdown, at least pretty good for fantasy numbers. But let's look at that 2016 season. 2016, when he was the starting running back for the Chiefs, 921 rushing yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, 447 receiving yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Like, he at least showed that he could catch, he could run, he was a dynamic running back, and I was really looking forward to seeing Spencer Ware prove to the NFL again that, hey, I'm a pretty good running back since coming out of LSU. So with the injury news to Spencer Ware and the drama with Kareem Hunt, this leaves a serious hole that the Chiefs need to figure out. Who's the best running back for the Chiefs now? I want you guys to comment below. I was going to say Spencer Ware when I originally made this, but now I don't know who the best running back for the Chiefs is, and I don't know if they necessarily know. So with them going up against a tough defense against the Ravens, I want to know from you, who's the best running back on the Chiefs? Next rumor coming up. Are the Chiefs going to have the most wins they've ever had? Now, this is pretty cool, I would say. So the Chiefs are currently 10-2, and they're having a no doubt incredible season. And if you're good at math and they win out, the Chiefs are on pace to win 14 games. And interesting about that, the Chiefs have actually never won 14 games in a season, but they have won 13 games in 1995, 97, and in 2003. So when you look at the Chiefs' upcoming schedule here, it's a pretty tough slate. So week 14 versus the Ravens, I think they're going to end up winning this game. Week 15 versus the Chargers, I think they're going to beat the Chargers. I just think the Chargers are not good enough to go into Arrowhead and get a win. At Seattle, the Seahawks have actually been playing a much better style of football. But at the end of the day, I mean, the Chiefs have a super dynamic offense. Now, this is the one, right? Week 17 versus the Raiders, and people are like, Mitch, there's no way you're going to pick the Raiders over the Chiefs, right? Well, they did just win by only 7 points against the Raiders, but what if the Chiefs have literally nothing to play for? What if they have nothing to play for and it's a Chiefs second string going up against the Raiders first string? I'd actually probably still take the Chiefs, though, to be 100% honest with you. So I want to know from you, how many games are the Chiefs ultimately going to win this year? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? How many games will the Chiefs win this season? I'm going to say 14. I think they're going to go 14-2, and they're going to have the best, or they're going to have the most wins in franchise history. The next rumor is around quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and is he the MVP? Well, he is currently on pace for 55 touchdown passes, which would tie Peyton Manning's NFL record. When Peyton Manning threw for those 55 touchdown passes, he did, in fact, win the MVP. Patrick does have 41 touchdowns right now, but when you're talking about NFL MVPs, this race, in my opinion, is down to 2 names. It's down to Patrick Mahomes, and it's down to Drew Brees. So here's 2018 MVP race. Patrick Mahomes does have the lead here in passing yards. He's got about 600 to 700 more than Drew Brees. Passing touchdowns, advantage Patrick Mahomes. But the interceptions and turnovers, this one is a clear winner for me with Drew Brees. And when I think of the offenses in general, I think the Chiefs actually have a better offense in terms of talented pieces compared to Drew Brees. Like, Drew Brees 2 weeks ago threw four passing touchdowns to 4 undrafted free agents, which is pretty special. And you look at quarterback rating, advantage Drew Brees. But what does it always come down to, I feel like, for quarterbacks? Wins. And both of these teams finish out at 14-2. This is going to be an MVP race that comes down right to the wire, and I can't freaking wait to see what happens. So, if you had to vote who's going to win the MVP, who's your NFL 2018 MVP, I want you to type N for Mahomes, I want you to type B for Brees, or if you think it's somebody else, type O for other. But if you're going to type O for other, please make sure that you at least put down who the heck it is, because I want to know from you. So who is the 2018 NFL MVP? All these guys have been looking good all season, and shout out to Mizzen+Main for making all of us here at Chat Sports look dapper as heck. And if you guys want some of these Mizzen+Main shirts, go to www.comfortable.af and get yourself a Mizzen+Main shirt of your own.